Okay, we're live. We did it. I'm gonna join the thing. Quick, buddies only joined. But yeah, no, my dad, like, the Ridge wallet looked nice, and I've seen it all over. Like, there's a lot of YouTube personalities that'll advertise it and stuff. But
it's very popular.
It is, and I hadn't really considered it, but the lack of ability to fan the cards out makes it kind of annoying, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool that there's other ones out there that have kind of taken that into account. Mulligan my hand? I think I might need to.
Oh, this is almost playable.
Alright, let's take a peek. What do we got? That is just not playable.
This is like worse.
Alright.
I should not keep this.
I can work with this.
Okay, that I can work with. This is workable.
I'm gonna have to mulligan again, it's fine.
You know, one of these days when I'm running circuitous route, I might actually run the gates.
Do it.
Yeah, right? I wanted to make a Gates deck.
Man, I've had one, like, on the back burner for so long. Because it's literally just degenerate. It's gonna do the same thing every time. It's gonna spit out 10 gates, win, and be done. It just seems very boring. Oh, this...
So, Jim, is this the same Lubu that I've seen before, or has he received an upgrade since then?
It's more or less the same. I haven't done a whole lot.
Okay.
To it.
So Jim's gonna get bullied by fat boards.
That's why I took the turn 1 Soul Ring.
That's fair.
Except for the fact that we can't block it, so that's cool.
That is problematic. Also, Jimmy, forgot to explain your deck at your upkeep if you want to do that now.
Oh, yeah. It's a 6-drop commander with haste and horsemanship. Horsemanship makes it unblockable to other creatures without horsemanship.
Which I'm sure won't be a problem, because horsemanship's super common.
Horseman bullshit.
It's just a Voltron deck, so I dump a whole bunch of power on it and swing for the fences.
Gotcha.
Of course, we're being very sarcastic. Horsemanship is a very old mechanic from a set designed after China, and there are 3, what was it, War 3 Kingdoms period.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It features
the
a
Warring
lot
States period.
Yeah,
Horsemanship is really cool,
characters from that period.
What was not accounted for future sets or future formats that it might be used in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, the other thing is with haste, it's just very oppressive.
That's fair.
Right, we're gonna have a really awesome turn 1 play. I've wanted to do this for a long time. So I am playing Tolsimir, Friend of Wolves. I'm literally just gonna be playing a bunch of wolves, and you'll see the excitement that ensues after. He's a 5-drop commander in green-white. We're gonna create wolves, create wolf tokens, and do normal Selesnya things like putting counters on stuff. I just tapped a forest to suspend Search for Tomorrow. It's suspended, and in a couple turns, I gotta land onto the battlefield.
Where does it go? Exile. That's where it goes. Gotcha.
I like it.
Alrighty.
We kind of skipped your upkeep, Evan, if you want to, on your next turn, do that.
I'll chat about it. It's one that I've played on the stream before, so anyone who's been here has probably bumped into it. But okay. I'll chat about it. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, so I'm playing Rafiq of the Many. This is my Bant Exalted deck. For anyone not familiar, Exalted says whenever a creature you control attacks alone, that creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Don't want to spoil a whole lot of things, but basically I'm focusing on getting a lot of Exalted triggers and being able to only have to swing in with one creature at a time and buff the heck out of them.
Yeah.
So there's some cool things that happen when attacking alone. So
That's really cool.
Yeah, and Selesnya has a fair amount of solo creature support. Could be quite doable for you.
Yeah.
you know, I'm just gonna do this. Call it a day.
That Lubu deck always makes me nervous when I see it show up.
Yeah, especially when that comes out.
It's probably fine.
I mean, it's probably fine. I mean, it's not
Well,
fine,
it's
but it's probably fine.
It's fine until it's not.
Yeah, so this time I'm running Marchesa the Black Rose. She's fun. She's a 4-drop Grixis commander, 3/3 with Dethrone. So when she attacks the player with the highest life total or tied for the highest life total, she gets a +1/+1 counter. She gives every other creature I control Dethrone as well, so they all get that same benefit. And whenever a creature I control with a +1/+1 counter dies, I return it to the battlefield under my control at the beginning of the next end step. That is super cool. And it allows me to be really aggressive with some creatures and not have to really worry about losing them in combat. And I put a lot of other creatures in here that either get extra benefits and they have +1/+1 counters, or ones like, forget the name of the guy, but he makes creatures with +1/+1 counters unblockable. So there's just other synergy that I shoot for, kind of based around that. But for now, the name of the game is play lands so that I can eventually cast a spell.
That's a beautiful future
check
sight
that.
land. I thought that was such a cool cycle.
Yeah.
Man, can
Even
we get,
though
like,
I'm
a
not
full art of that, because that would
Yeah,
be
right.
gorgeous.
Yeah. It's a really cool
Also,
art.
I love that frame, that future sight frame.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's awesome.
One of my favorite frames.
Seems good.
For those of you who may tune in, as you're probably aware, the Northeast got hit with a giant snowstorm. We're all snowed in. So I had plenty of time on my hands today to put this together. And I feel like it's going to have really good synergy. So I'm excited to show you all.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it in action.
Turn to Steve. That's what we like to see, Pat. Steve is the shorthand nickname for Sakura Tribe Elder, for those unaware.
I love some of the nicknames the cards in this game have.
I love
think
Gary. Gary's awesome.
Gary's great. Tim is one that's really funny to me for Prodigal Sorcerer.
Yep.
I don't know where that comes from. I don't know if it's a reference to the artist or something therein, but very funny.
Jim, what is this crackdown hand you started with?
Yeah, Jim's
that.
really just laying the nut hands down.
I don't have any red cards to play yet, though. It's isn't giving me any good.
Pat, some would say collector. Oof. I don't know if
Bring
any
back
of you gentlemen.
Oofs.
Yeah, right. Give me oof tribal or give me death. I don't know if any of you three gentlemen had the luxury of shoveling today, but it was not a fun endeavor. I shoveled
was
twice
working.
today, and it still looks like I didn't shovel today.
I've been working.
Yeah, I was working here. Fortunately, the apartment complex people have some sort of plow that comes through and takes care of it, which is nice.
That is nice. What about you, Jim? Did you do any shoveling today?
Nope.
Seems good.
Nice.
The folks were home, so
That's fair.
Let's take a suspend counter off my search for tomorrow. Okay.
It is a pretty neat
Oh,
card. I
sure.
like it.
I always forget how the timing on this works. So when it's suspend 2, it means 2 turns later, I get to cast it for that cost, whatever it was. But whenever I play it for the first time, or for the first time in a while, I'm always like, do I get this turn or the following turn?
Mhm.
For those curious, it's this turn, obviously. But still, something I'm always curious about.
Yeah, especially if you don't use the mechanic a whole lot. And suspend, and what's the new mechanic? Foretell?
Yeah, Foretell
Yeah,
seems
it's
really cool.
Have kind of like, yeah, they're kind of similar in the way that they work. I mean, there's definite differences, but they're very similar vibes.
I think Foretell is definitely going to be stronger.
Mm-hmm. Well, because it lets you put it face down, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
whereas suspend is face up, so people know what's coming.
Is foretell, you get to do whenever you feel like.
That's
so
true.
It's just sitting there. You don't have to worry about it getting in the way or someone milling your hand or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Foretell definitely seems much more modal in that, like, yeah, like there's some utility to it. They immediately, as soon as they announced the mechanic, made some changes to standard rules. So if you were to foretell a card, you must reveal it before the end of the game.
Interesting.
Or
Well,
if
so at the end of the
would
game,
end,
you reveal any unrevealed cards in exile.
But that previously wasn't a rule in Standard, because the last time that mattered was morphs in Cons block.
That's fair.
And
It's been a bit.
and it really messed up Standard because a lot of people were using it to cheat. And this is something I think we've talked about on the stream before. So one of the cool things about Foretell and this rules change is that, you know, you can't like foretell something to bait somebody. Like you have a counter spell held up or something to that effect. At the end of the game, you have to reveal it. And that's at the end of the game, not the end of the match. Which is,
I mean, you can still use it as a political piece, so it's still useful for that.
But you have to prove that you're not lying about what it is. Theoretically, if you didn't have to reveal it, you could foretell a land and then just like BS your way into people thinking that you had something. This is kind of strong-arming people into being forward about what they're doing.
And honest, it's really just in the name of preventing cheating.
Yeah.
You could foretell one foretell card and claim it's another, though, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and you don't have to claim it's anything. You know, you can just foretell the card. They're all 2 generic mana to foretell.
Yeah.
I think being 2 generic mana is going to be very powerful. Like compared to like Morph being 3.
I think the fact that it's 2 is definitely going to speed things up. I think they intentionally did a good job at metering the strength of those cards, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll be in good shape. I don't think it's going to wreck Standard. Not that any of you 3 really play Standard. Now that Magic the Gathering Arena is available on mobile, maybe you guys will get more into it.
I actually didn't realize it was.
I thought it was just in kind of like pre-whatever.
No, it just became available for mobile this month. It's technically still in beta, but definitely a good time. I've played a couple of games on there. I don't have a big card pool for Standard because I've been out of it for a while.
Same.
And as a player who was on Arena and then came back to it, there's not really anything to get me going again. Whereas, like, if you come in as a new player, they give you a bunch of promotional packs and stuff to allow you to start playing games and such. So
yeah,
very tempting to start a new account.
It's going to be weird too, because I feel like Magic Arena's got a lot going on. Trying to pack that all into a cell phone screen is going to be interesting.
It's actually not that bad. It is if you have a smaller screen, which Pat and Evan, you do not.
I was saying, I don't.
If you were to have a smaller screen, I could definitely see it being difficult, but I'm using a Samsung Note. You're both using OnePlus phones, so none of us are really having to make that decision, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of OnePlus, I've been super disappointed with them lately. I'm kind of mulling over what the next brand is I'm going to flip to after I'm done with this phone.
They've been very flagship-esque recently. I agree.
I can deal
they
with
haven't
that.
made major changes in the last 2 or 3 years.
Well, the problem I have is their Android 11 open beta kind of looks like they had someone just like buy a Samsung phone and then copy the UI. And the big reason I stopped buying Samsung phones is I didn't like the UI. Like I wasn't a fan of Samsung skin, and apparently OnePlus Android 11 is gonna kind of feel like I bought one anyway, which kind of miffs me a little bit. So I'm gonna be looking around. I might just start buying like a Pixel phone or something like that.
I would. Well, first of all, Google. There's rumors that Google and LG may both pull out of the cell phone manufacturing industry and just focus on manufacturing parts and software,
Interesting.
respectively. Motorola canceled their flagship line as well, so they're no longer manufacturing the Motorola Z series.
Hold up. I think we need to pay attention to what the heck just happened here.
No, we definitely need to pay attention to what the heck just happened here.
This is a fun game one.
Just
Yeah, who wants to die?
not I.
You're all tapped out, and I can remove someone this turn.
Jim, nobody's done anything to you.
Who is deck testing this game?
I am.
Me and Pat.
Go ahead and hit me, Jim.
Okay.
I will fall on the sword so that they can continue to experiment.
Here's the problem. I'm not sure I can deal with Jim the second lap of the table. Pat, you got anything?
I mean, I got a little bit, but a little bit ain't much.
I feel like Evan is probably the best equipped to deal with it right now.
I do
And
have
the
stuff in
colors
hand
he's
that
in.
could help, but it would
No
set
matter
back.
how that-
Will die.
It will also set back whatever players stick around, which is going to suck for them. So
And that is what Lubu does.
yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice playing with you this round. We'll make sure it's quick, or rather, I should say, Jim will make sure it's quick. Apparently.
I mean, so if I do this right, I can do 12 damage to him.
12 commander or just 12?
Just 12. I currently have no removal in hand, which is a big doo-doo.
Yeah, when all of you tapped out, I got super excited.
Yeah, no, to give you guys an idea of what my play was going to be, I did have Damnation in hand. I was just going to swing at one of you guys to put counters on my stuff and then just blow the board. Figured that would undo whatever presence Jim built up, and I'd be able to rebuild, but it would definitely hurt whoever stuck around who had creatures out.
What the heck? How did...
I had to fight something, and I didn't want to lose it to Lubu.
Really? I needed that.
I had to fight something. It wasn't optional. Actually, I need to see if that was a May trigger. No. When a wolf enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 3 life, and that creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control.
But I mean, why did you need the wolf?
That's the
can't
whole
block.
deck, Pat. That's the whole deck.
You can't block.
The whole deck. Well, it'll still be over quickly, so.
I like that Miri artwork.
Me too. I have that card in paper. In that artwork. It's very cute.
I
Part
don't.
of the oh my god kitties secret lair.
And Evan, this is why I haven't bothered to tune up Lubu. Because it already does what it does very well.
It's probably not going to get a lot more resilient anyway, so there's not a whole lot of reason to mess with that side of things. It's always been a kind of like a kill one player and then suddenly everybody wants you out of the game.
I guess I'll just do plays to not really super reveal my deck and just...
Well, that's why I learned to, in this deck, don't even bother with Lubu until I can do a bunch of things all at once.
Yeah.
Alright, Jim. Alright, Pat. Alright, Jim, what's it gonna be? What are you gonna kill?
That was a really good hand for that deck to start with.
An excellent hand.
I drew well, which helps.
I'll be honest, Tom can put out more damage right now, but it is
I
what
mean,
it is.
neither one of us is winning this game.
Well,
Yeah, you're
Tom
Dude,
Tom can kill Lubu if another wolf comes in, so
that is true.
which he should have done in the first place.
Pat, did you? Oh, no. I'm dumb. Don't worry about me.
His wolf would have died from fighting, but it was the better move.
Wait, hold on. I might actually have a win here.
Do tell.
It's the Nani button. Okay.
That seems like a bunch of stuff.
It's definitely a bunch of stuff. 2 exalted triggers.
And double strike.
Double strike. And an aura. It's gonna be a lot. Oh, we went and got Eldrazi conscription? Yeah, +10/+10. Double strike. So Jim's the dead. That was unexpected.
Oh,
Yeah, that
man.
Sovereigns of Lost Alara just won me the game. Oh,
That was a real
would
quick
not
game, though.
draw.
All right, game 2. On to the next one.
Okay.
I'll get another room set
Well
up, I
played.
guess.
What are we, like,
Yes.
20 minutes in?
Not even.
I think that is the fastest game of Magic I've ever played.
That was like a standard speed, not commander.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was a
Jim,
good time.
Please don't be playing this on deck, I swear to God.
I'll
I'm
cry.
playing a different deck.
Okay.
Good.
No,
I'm
I
also playing a
love
different
playing
deck.
Lubu, but
I'm playing the same one.
you can really, at maximum, play it once per night. You can't play it more than once.
It's like Shu Yun.
Okay. This is a super reasonable hand.
Nah, I can't play this hand.
I've got enough lands to cast things this time.
I have exactly 1 land.
Neat.
Don't forget,
And
during your
3-color
first
deck.
upkeep, introduce your deck if you're playing something new.
I have exactly 0 lands in this hand.
I could play this hand. Not ideal, but
Okay,
we
I
can play it.
sort of play this hand.
Same deck, we'll see what it does without the nut draw. I have colors in starting hand. That's always fun.
Yeah, so
I can go
the,
with my 3.
the first hand that I drew last game, I had like 2 lands, and I was like, no, that's not going to work. And then the second one, I drew 2 islands and a reflecting pool, and I was like, that's worse. Because at least before I could get all 3 of my colors if I needed it. Ooh, it's my
But-
turn.
As much as I love Lubu, that's why I haven't been playing it.
It's an aggressive deck, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. I am also playing the same deck, by the way.
I'm kind of sad I drew a land instead of the extra combat step or extra turn because I could have killed Tom and Pat.
Hmm.
I am not glad that
happens.
you didn't draw that. No, I am glad you didn't draw that.
Alright, so Jim is playing Doran the Siege Tower.
Siege Tower.
Yep.
This man gets Soul Ring turn 1 2 games in a row.
Yeah, right? I don't even run Soul Ring in a lot of my decks anymore.
Same.
Like we had this conversation last week. I just in favor of I favor land ramp so much more.
Same.
And there's
Literally
so much
same.
reasonable 2-drop ramp now. I'm playing Rashmi Eternities Crafter. I played this deck last week. It is a group hug deck. The commander allows me to reveal the top card of my library and cast it without paying its mana cost. If the spell has a lesser converted mana cost than the card that I cast as my first spell each turn. So that's what we're
confusing at all.
doing.
It's Diet
Yeah, I worded
Cascade.
that in a really... It's Diet Cascade. I worded that in a really uncomfortable way. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna help everybody else do their thing and hopefully curry some good favor and not be the first one killed. That'd be a great way to start off.
Seems
You weren't the
reasonable.
first one killed last game, so you're off to a good
I know.
start.
I know. A good start for the night.
Alright, who wants to not be a target of Dethrone?
Me?
Crickets, Pat. Crickets.
Listen, you're just gonna hit with a 2/2, that's all.
Evan, you make a good point.
Yeah. Doran's ability is weird, though, because he makes creatures deal damage with their toughness instead of their power.
Well, the weirdest part
weird.
is it's not just my creatures, it's all creatures.
That's true.
Good thing most of mine are even.
It's also
It
nice
really
that...
shuts down red decks, though.
Yeah, it's nice that
Yeah.
your exalted stuff gives +1/+1 instead of just a power buff.
For sure.
Because if it was the other way around, Doran would just turn that deck off.
I mean, Doran's almost a perfect counter to Lubu.
That's true.
I don't know. Lubu still had a pretty fat toughness last game.
It was 5.
Yeah, but on the first turn when you knocked Evan out, it was 7 plus double strike.
Yeah.
That is still a fair bit of damage, actually.
Wait, it was 17.
Toughness.
No, the toughness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lubu's toughness was 7.
We're doing a little thought exercise. If Doran had been around, what would have happened?
Gotcha.
He still would have punched like a brick, like a brick shit house. No, he would have punched like Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson's Punch Out. You know, the final level where he's absurdly difficult to kill.
Yeah.
Haven't
Or
played
not
it, but
kill,
I'm
but
familiar with the
defeat.
game.
That Evolving Wild saved me this game.
No, you know what Lubu would have hit like? Lubu would have hit like a Jigglypuff sleep.
Yeah.
You know, or she sleeps right on top of you and kills you in one hit.
If it doesn't
All
kill,
right.
it does massive freaking damage, which is exactly what it would have done either way.
Mhm.
Hey, actual group
Yay! Card draw!
Just talking smack.
I do know what group hug is. I promise. I'm not just selling you guys Snake Oil.
I remember
Are you sure?
the first game you were like, yeah, it's a group hug deck. I don't think we saw a single group hug card come out the whole
Yeah.
time.
No, there was one group hug card.
He did go
And we
back
saw,
and
like, 40
mess with it
cards.
though. So you know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I did make a change from it the first time I played it.
You run tempt with discovering that, right?
I have it in hand.
Whew. Love it.
But I gotta get 4 mana to cast it, so.
Yeah. I just know last time you had it in hand, you discarded it to hand size.
I did. Somebody made me discard because they like to play Grixis.
Sorry.
Not pointing the finger at anybody.
That's why I didn't run it tonight. It did plenty of business last week, so I was like, all right.
Oh, I should attack.
I think it's
It was a fun deck. Don't apologize for it.
It's one of those. It's fun, and I don't think it's overly powerful unless it gets a really solid kickoff. But still, after what it did last time, I'm giving it a week off.
Yeah, it's a really good
Yeah.
deck. It's definitely a not all the time deck.
Yeah. I mean, I still have a copy of the Brago deck that I used to run in paper like a year and a half ago. On here, I just don't play it much because it just feels rude.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? There's a card.
That's really good in that.
Now here's a guy.
This one's pretty.
I do like
Love
Baleful
Baleful
Strix.
Yeah. It's good art.
There's so many good. I want to do a birds deck just because I love birds, and I just I keep not getting around to it.
I wanted to make Leanne
Birds.
I wanted to make Leanne an owl deck, but it's tough. Like, I don't feel like combing through every artwork looking for owls.
Yeah, there's not a lot of owls.
Yeah.
I have combed through before.
Yeah, owls are Leanne's favorite animal, so I would love to, but at the same time, it feels like an enormous amount of work for what I'm sure is not going to be a very good deck.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
You know,
Seems good.
feel like you're doing a lot over there, Jim.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
In a 3-color deck, once you hit green, that means gas.
Honestly, though, yeah.
Man, he might be on
Well, I am not favoring as well. I'm just gonna pass turn.
I did say that Evolving Wilds saved me the game, didn't I?
I'm assuming that means you got a boatload of green in your hand.
A fair amount, but Evolving Wilds, I got my forest, which let me play more ramp in general.
Yeah,
It sort of steamrolls itself.
that's fair.
Oh man, that would be good. Like 4 turns from now.
You know what would have been great?
Hmm.
Another land.
Facts.
I have ramp spells in my hand, but they're like 3 and 4 mana, and I have 2 available. And I was like, maybe drawing an extra card each turn, I'll hit it. Nope. There's 37 land in this deck. I got a 2-lander twice in a row.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not going down to 6.
Yeah, my first hands, both the first one and the free mull last game were kind of like that. I just
Yeah, I went
going
down
down
to
to
6
6
this
feels
game.
wrong, you know? Like,
I don't like it, but sometimes you just have to.
yeah. I'd like it if I didn't have to, though. I think that'd be nice.
That's fair. I think for the sake of streams, though, if you have to go below 5, it's better to just restart the game.
Yeah. I'm just trying to go for it. And honestly, last game, it probably wouldn't have mattered a whole lot with how fast Lubu came out.
Bro,
Yeah.
turn 5, someone was dead.
Yeah, someone.
Man, I like all the cards in my hand. Why do I have to discard?
Do you got Folio of Fancies, Tom?
It's in the deck. It's not my hand.
Folio is a really good backhanded group hug.
I usually just play it the nice way because milling isn't like a primary strategy, but it can be really nasty.
That's fair, but it's really cheap. Pretty good mill usually. Because you can just wait for the right timing.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Oh, I'm gonna discard that, I guess.
What did we lose? Yeah, I think I'm happy to see that go.
Like if someone tutors something really nasty to the top of their library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
That
I'm
was not
happy
an
to see
easy
Aether
choice to
Tunnel
throw that
go.
go. That was not an easy choice to throw that away.
Yeah, Aether Tunnel was hot. 2-drop unblockable.
So, Tom, here's the thing. You're at the highest. It's only going to do 4, and I'm doing this now because it'll actually knock you down far enough that I can start doing other stuff later.
All according to
that's fine.
plan. For real, that was on purpose.
I don't doubt it. I'm gonna have to discard a card. Ugh.
Man, if anybody could let me play at additional lands, that would be awesome.
You know, Pat, Rites of Flourishing is in my hand.
Oh no!
Good thing you're drawing
I
2
have-
cards.
I have Rites of Flourishing, Tempt with Discovery, Farhaven Elf, like,
Oh my
Okay.
god, I would take all of those.
the gas is there. I just need a land. Or any mana source.
Good luck, Tom. We need you.
But for understandable reasons, Pat, I won't be playing the Rites of Flourishing first.
Oh, that checks out.
Probably fair.
Big sad.
Yep. Big tree boy himself.
Welcome to the battlefield, Mr. Tree.
It's I don't know where I was going with this.
It's all good.
I was gonna make a reference to Nemo, like Mr. Tree is his father, but it just didn't come together quickly enough.
So the big scary thing is this is a new deck from Jim. So it's kind of an untested quality or quantity within the play group. So I'm a little anxious to see what it's going to do.
Jim has been taught properly how to do Voltron.
That's true.
There we go. Now my commander has vigilance. Now I have a blocker.
Alright. I feel like this is another deck from Jim where, like, there's no creatures in it.
There are 2 other creatures. They're enchantment creatures. They're not meant to be cast as creatures.
Bestow.
Guys,
This is like Valduk, but worse.
It's Valduk, but upside down.
Well, I mean, he doesn't necessarily focus on power or toughness. He focuses on number
I guess Tom
of
didn't
equipment.
draw any lands.
no.
What?
Would you like us to drop out and kick off a new game, Mr. Tom?
No, go ahead and play it through. It'll go faster without me. No, just, it's...
Well, thank you for the counters on my creatures before you left.
Yeah, of course. It's just... Nobody wants to sit there and
Do nothing.
do
Yeah.
nothing for 3 turns. Especially when you're drawing extra cards, it's just like, dude, give me a break. So, like I said, there's a lot of lands in this deck, and I had a ramp in hand. I just couldn't cast it. So, it does
Yeah.
me the big sad, but I
I mean, Tom,
digress.
I was
Belly
one evolving
doesn't
wilds
make
away
for
from
good
being.
viewership.
I was one evolving wilds from being in the same position, so I totally understand.
I mean, it looks like you're doing okay now, though.
Yeah, that
being
one extra
said-
mana really makes a difference.
Being said, I'm going to pull up the game log. See what we're doing here.
Can you bring up old game logs?
No, I'm looking at this game log.
Okay.
Oh, Jim and Pat.
Yeah,
Mario's got you both Christmas gifts. They arrived, and I think he's going to try and give them to me within the next week. Pat, you're around the corner, and Jim, I see you every Sunday, so you'll both get them quickly. He's just going to give them to me to give to you guys. Make sure you say thank you once you get them.
Well, I was gonna say I'll be up.
I was wondering why there was
on
Rafiq
Wednesday.
abilities on the stack that weren't mine. I'm like, what the fuck?
So where is Marius this week?
He walked into work around 2 p.m. I think he just got off at 9, but like last week, he doesn't want to rush to eat and gather himself after he got home from work to get on and stream, because he's working Mondays now. Fridays and Saturdays work a lot better for him to stream.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a change from our regularly scheduled programming, so it's something that we'll have to kind of adjust if we want to stream on Fridays as well. So
That's fair. I mean, I'm comfortable switching to Fridays or adding Fridays into the mix. That's not a problem for me. Might have to shoot him a message later and see if we can't nail something down so he's not just being left out.
yeah, and I feel the same way. I don't want to leave him out either. So, well, I don't want to say we'll play it by ear, because playing it by ear with Marios means it won't get done.
It's equal parts my fault sometimes, though. I feel like I'll say that I'll play it by ear and then I just won't ask.
Yeah, we'll pin Marios down in the Discord and set up plans.
That's good. I like it.
Maybe I can give some commentary to this game. So Jim's using Idyllic 2 to go get a card. It hasn't revealed yet what it is, but as soon as it does, I'll tell you guys about it. Jim has a lot in his revealed zone. Holy crap.
That's because Abundance reveals it every time.
Yeah, you're right. So as soon as Jim chooses an enchantment card, I'll share with everybody what it is, so that way Evan doesn't have to pull it up and push it out there for everybody.
I try to mouse over it at least if I can, but I'm appreciating the commentary.
Alright, so what did he go get? He went and got Sylvan Library. For those of you unfamiliar, Jim shoehorns Sylvan Library into any deck that runs green. It's kind of his pet card, but it's more because there's not much better value in green for 2 mana. Basically, at the beginning of your turn, you draw 3 cards instead of 1, and then if you want to keep all 3 cards, you can pay 8 life, or you can put 2 cards from your hand back into your library. You can kind of fix the top of your library that way.
Evan, it's
Yes.
nothing personal. I wanted to get in now while your Death Touch boy is tapped down.
It is very tempting to exile you, Commander.
That's
it.
understandable.
Okay,
But
we'll do that then.
I wanted to go for another.
That checks out.
I wanted to go for a different enchantment, but with Tom no longer supplying us free draw.
You gotta be careful about it, yeah.
You gotta go get your value now, that makes sense.
Alrighty. That makes my turn a tad bit easier.
It was tempting to just take it so my life total will be below people's, but that was a huge amount of commander damage.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
Not chump change at all.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try and move things along here.
And I have a few equipments in this that let me give him double strike.
You guys want me to read that out?
I'll read it, Pat. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap that creature. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. It also has Exalted on it, which is going to give any creature that attacks alone a +1/+1. It'll give it +1/+1 until the end of turn.
Yes.
And then, of course, Pat has DudeEsquire and Rafiq of the Many, which will also give out +1/+1 until the end of turn.
Nothing
in the
personal,
form of
Jim, but
Exalted.
It's easy to get in now, and then once it's
well,
bigger,
you're
you can
probably
worry
going to
about
be
it.
dead. I'm trying to move this along, and
That's fair.
this way I keep Evan from hopefully getting dethroned triggers on his next turn.
That's fair. I mean, I'd like it if you did something different so that I could get dethroned triggers, but that's probably a smart play.
Yeah.
And I do have a few word state enchantments in this deck, just because they're like equipments that I don't have to equip.
Mm-hmm. Double strike is so nasty.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
Oh, and Exalted is until end of turn, which is disgusting.
So you're just killing Jim right now, then?
Yeah.
I mean, Exalted is till the end of turn, but it doesn't really appear in red, so red's the main one with the extra combat steps.
Other than Finest Hour.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's certain good cards that are just mwah, chef kiss.
Yeah.
Mind you, Finest Hour's casting cost is not great.
All right, well, I feel like this is going to get real swingy.
So what do you think of my Doran deck, though?
I like it. Do I have a way to hurt myself?
Meme out.
You don't even need to hurt yourself that much. Just a little bit will do you.
A little bit of do. Like 1 damage.
And you have the possibility for 4 black mana? 5?
Yeah.
So, should certainly be doable.
That's the thing, though. It's kind of not right now.
Big oof.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be able to pick up counters, which sucks. I'm pretty sure Pat's going to knock me out within the next turn or so anyway.
That's the plan.
We'll see. For sure.
Probably could have just exiled Herald of Secret Streams, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna blow my load a little bit.
Show me what you got.
I don't even know if I have that many basic lands left, but okay, so you have a flying blocker at the moment. So we're gonna do that.
Seems good. Realizing I don't very much like Elspeth's ult.
I mean, if I can get it off, great, but it's not really... She's in there for the soldiers.
That's fair.
I don't like any ult that makes an emblem.
Okay.
The emblems are super cool.
They're awesome. They're just hard to deal with.
Yeah, that checks out.
Gotta start doing something here, right?
Certainly do.
Hmm.
It's my turn? Okay.
Looks like it.
Okay, let's see what we've got. So, we're gonna do...
Marius is walking home. He says, "Scoop, you coward." I don't know who he's talking to. I refuse. Pat, do you refuse?
Yeah, I refuse.
We refuse. Suck it, Marius.
I scoop it instant speed.
I forgot how close he lives to work.
Yeah, and with this weather, it honestly is just easier for him to walk.
That's true.
I miscounted my mana, but that's fine.
Seems reasonable.
You've fallen victim to one of the classic blunders, Pat.
What's that?
Miscounting your mana. It is a it's a
No, it's not
Mario
that I miscounted. I actually
special.
overtapped.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's still a Mario special.
I mean, you're right. Can I auto stack these?
What's the plan here, Evan?
I think the plan is die, but we're still hashing out the details.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, how are you getting around this, bud?
I was gonna block with Baleful Strix, and then I read the word trample, and I was like, I guess.
Wait, does he have trample right now? Oh yeah, Eldrazi Conscription gives trample too.
So I was like, Annihilator I can deal with. I'll just sack off two things that I don't care a
Well, the
whole
thing
lot
is,
about.
so you even if you blocked with Baleful Strix now and lived,
Mhm.
Finest Hour has activated, and I'll get a second combat step.
Yeah.
Woo, Bant Exalted does things.
Mac.
Man, I love this deck.
Killed your token. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah, it's a really good deck as long as the other people at the table aren't more aggressive in their build than you. And I'd be interested in seeing how it deals with a control deck.
Blocked. Take that.
Because control's always a little tricky to deal with.
That's right. It's coming back at the end of turn. What are you gonna do?
Good luck getting to my end of turn. Whoa, I killed you exactly.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Oh, okay.
Well
Now to
played.
switch up decks.
Alright. I'm gonna...
Are we ever actually going to get to Elf Ball, or should I go ahead and play that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna play my wolf deck again.
I'm going to try Elf Ball. We're going to see how that goes.
Do it.
Test
Hey,
it out.
live your life.
This
That
is
sounds
actual Elf Ball.
I'll test my elf ball deck.
I'm pretty sure the deck I'm playing has no elves.
Mine has elves.
No, I'm not participating. Damn it.
Shame.
Yeah. I'm an embarrassment.
I won the die roll again? Yeah, I'll go play first. That's fine.
I am fourth again. Awesome.
Okay.
My starting
This
hand
is-
includes one land. Good.
Definitely playable. This is playable.
Oh, it's like one land, but like a cool card that I like having. Mulligan.
Hold up, this is kind of hot.
Enough lands that I can
I
play
like this.
cards. Cool.
Alright, pardon me for 1 sec. The Ameritrade is saying something.
Got a one lander.
Have you been buying GameStop stock, Pat?
What's up?
Have you been buying GameStop?
I'm not. I'm not gonna buy it now that it's high.
Well, it actually fell today. It fell a lot. I did not buy.
No, I'm buying other things, but
I don't know if you
I know
guys watch Linus Tech Tips, but on the WAN show on Friday, which is his like weekly live stream, he agreed to 5x match all super chats sent through his channel and put all of that money into just buying GameStop for the memes, and he wound up having to pay $50,000 out of his own pocket. Like, he got $10,000 in super chats and then matched it and put a total of $60,000 worth of GameStop stock, $50K out of his own pocket.
Linus is insane.
Yeah, and to quote him, we're gonna ride this into the ground.
Nah, man. Diamond in hand. Take it to the moon. No, but unfortunately, due to intentional market manipulation by many trading companies, most of Melvin Capital's short squeeze stocks they've already recovered, because the rich control this country. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, that's why Reddit's doubling down and figuring out anywhere else where they can screw them over.
They're buying like AMC and stuff now.
Yeah, AMC, Nokia, BlackBerry, a bunch of weed stocks.
Yeah.
see, I'm actually trying to avoid all that because like all of them doing this weird stuff like as a group like that can really fuck with prices and fluctuation and shit.
Yeah.
Like if I hop in on the hype and then I just miss that they're all selling out and then suddenly it fucking tanks.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
can be very expensive if you are not extremely diligent with it.
Yeah. So avoiding that entirely.
Yeah, I just have a little account that I'm kind of playing with right now for some short-term gains.
So I got a couple that I'm gonna hold on to for a little while, see where they go. But
Yeah.
So guys,
yeah.
for my turn 2, I'm going to cast a 2-drop spell. I'm playing Group Hug. I don't know if you spotted the commander.
I'm also
Check
playing
it out.
Group Hug.
I am interested in playing a Group Hug card, but it's one of those each player may pay mana into it and then everyone gets the collective benefit. I would like to encourage you guys for your second turn to leave mana untapped, or third, or wherever you end up, whoever's going after me for my second turn. Because at the beginning of my third turn, I will be playing this card.
Fair enough.
Oh, so what are we getting out of it?
Land. A lot, in theory.
Okay.
If everyone's
I
willing to
know
play
the card.
ball.
Okay. Check
I'll tell you what it is. It's not a secret. It's called Collective Voyage.
Mhm.
It's a single green. Join forces. Starting with you, each player may pay any amount of mana. Each player searches their library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the total amount of mana paid this way. Puts them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffles their library. So if people are willing to
Okay,
leave
so I'm
mana
good to-
untapped,
Cast things now, and just not tap things the next turn.
correct. This coming turn, I'm casting something else.
Okay.
At the beginning of my turn 3, I will be playing it.
Okay.
That way I give everyone fair notice for one lap around the board if they want to participate. It's going to be a good way to make this game get very dumb very fast.
Checks out.
I mean, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
I suppose I should mention that actual Elf Ball is kind of wild.
Ramp into big dumb burn spells.
Yeah, literally, it's Elf Ramp into Fireball to the face.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, allow me
Mine
to
is ramp
accelerate
into
that.
fling against everyone.
What was that, Jim?
Because I have X cost creatures that give me creatures equal to the amount of mana I dump into them. And Jarad, I can play him and use his ability on the same turn. So
I kind of wish I could have gotten 2 of my dorks out this last turn, but 1 will do.
So, starting now, anyone who would like to contribute into Collective Voyage should avoid tapping lands unnecessarily.
Checks out.
You have to pay into it to get something back.
So
Right.
even if I'm the only one who pays, everyone gets the lands, but the more people who pay into it, the more land we all get.
Man,
So,
I will
the
pay
bigger we
3
get it,
mana
the
into it. I do
stupider it
not
is.
care.
Yeah, like theoretically, someone could be selfish, tap out, and not contribute at all, and they'll still net lands.
I don't hate this idea. But I won't.
It's a pretty card.
I love the check lands so much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeet. Let's get it. I'm doing my part.
The flavor text on this hinterland harbor is great too. Our ancestors brought down a Phyrexian portal ship they built our town on its hull. We're pretty proud of that.
I'm doing my part. I'm putting 4 mana into this bitch.
Let's go. I'm going to pay a green.
But you didn't pay any other mana to it?
I can't until it starts to resolve. Then it'll ask me how much mana and it'll go around in turn.
Ah. Well, it's weird because it says starting with you.
It's part of the resolution.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it has to resolve first, and then.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just hit OK here.
Yep, hit
But
OK.
you can also just tap your mana now and then deal with it.
And then
when it
I
gets
can
to
pay any amount that I would like. X is currently 3. Okay. Now it's going to ask Jim.
Man, I hope this works in MTGO.
It does. I've used it before. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Ready for some dumb lands?
Let's go.
We're all gonna have 10 lands. This will be fun.
I can't even
I
see
have
this.
10 basic lands.
I don't think it's basic.
It is just a... Yeah, it is.
It is
That's what
basic.
it is.
Nice.
So I need to click this one.
This is just a 2-color deck, so you tend to have a few more basic lands than
Okay.
my 3-color. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of lands.
Stiff neck. You guys ready? This is going to be really fun.
Man, I kind of wish I had my landfall out right now.
That
That would be funny.
Untapped?
No, they don't.
No, they enter tapped. Okay. Oh, Jim's gonna have a dumb amount of mana.
Yeah.
Yep.
All you guys will. I will be the last one to see the benefits of this one. Yo! Thank you for the follow, Lord Nokomis. Thanks. Yeah, we're playing the commander. It's fun, I think. I'm assuming you guys are having fun. I'm having fun.
I'm having.
I'm having a blast.
Neat.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, so we,
Okay.
it's about
So
to get a little
grab
crazy.
1, 2,
I still can't believe how fast that first game was.
3 of those.
I know.
This
This
in the second game was pretty darn fast.
This is the third one, and we've only been on for like an hour. Yeah, no, Commander's a lot of fun. Yeah, we so a lot of us started off in like modern or standard or like a couple of the 60 card formats, and then just kind of drifted into Commander after a little while.
I've always been a commander boy. But
I think you're the only one out of this group that specifically was. I know Jim kind of played more or less whatever he could put together because he tries not to spend money on the game. Tom and I played modern for a while. Holy shit. All right, I'll pass turn because they're all tapped. Yeah, no, so then we got into Commander. That was what, 3 years ago now? 4? It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely been a while. I don't know if it was 3 years ago though.
It was before I moved out of my parents' place, and that was in 2017.
So you guys
2018,
started
sorry.
Commander in I think it was shit, I think it was 2015.
I don't know exactly.
It's been enough
I
years that we don't know how many
know-
years it was. That's the important thing, right?
It's so weird to think of like the fact that it's a month into 2021, and
Yeah.
that's weird. I think it was.
Maybe
I think it's like
2016.
2016, 2017.
It was,
Yeah.
yes, because I moved out of my parents' place in August of 2018, and I was established with multiple decks at the time.
I
Yeah.
could look up whenever I bought my Arcades deck, because that was when I first met Evan.
That's not a bad idea. I'll just look up when I bought Brago. Because that was my first deck that I built.
Uh,
We're doing that off screen. Because now you got me curious.
All right, yeah. Let us know.
Orders.
Jim's just doing stuff over here, scaring the heck out of me.
I have to pick a year? Are you out of your mind? That's the whole point, is I don't know a year. Let me get a TCG player.
That's funny.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm
Just
like,
go to your transaction history and go all the way back.
I went into my transaction history and it's like past 3 months or pick a year of your choice. And I was like, I don't... Defeats the point.
Give me a sec, I got this.
Order history. Orders placed in all time.
Arcades ordered on.
Last.
That's not right. No, was it really that recently?
It was only a couple of years ago.
2019, really?
That doesn't sound right.
I ordered Arcade. Oh wait, or is this maybe the one I got for my collection? That sounds way too recent.
It does not sound correct.
Although
Yeah.
I guess I've only been I was only going to Gamers Heaven for about a year.
Yeah, so really quick to answer a chat. Voltron is not necessarily lame. We've got a lot of Voltron decks, not on the battlefield right now.
Who's
but,
calling it lame?
someone in
I
chat.
am the Voltron master.
Yeah, we watched Jim in game 1 destroy people like turn 4 with a Lubu Voltron deck.
Yeah, I killed 2 people, and if I had drawn something other than a land, I could have killed all 3 of you by turn 6.
Yeah.
No, but actually, I do get the hate against Voltron, but like, I love it.
It's intimidating. It's the kind of deck that just makes people uncomfy, but then we watched Jim play
Doran Voltron.
Doran Voltron. I think this game we're safe from Voltron, which is a nice change of pace, but now it's all over the place. Don't ever feel bad about playing Voltron. It's hysterical. God, why can I not find any of this garbage? I found when I bought the blue deck that I took to the Grand Prix that we went to.
Yeah.
There is
According to
exactly
my
one.
TCG player, it was 2019, early 2019.
There is exactly one kind of Magic deck that is lame, and it is the only kind that is lame, and that's stacks.
All right, I found the order. I purchased the cards for my Brago deck on June 21st, 2018, which sounds about right because I knew that I had it before I moved out of my parents' place in August of that year. So, cool. And then, yeah, because I didn't initially meet you, Pat. It was actually a few months into my commander career before I met you.
Yeah.
It was definitely 2018, June of 2018. That's when we started, because that's when I put my black deck together.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
the first time I played with you guys was probably February or March of 2019.
I'm looking up a card. Balin Wandering Knight, 2 white for a 3/3 legendary cat knight with first strike. He has double strike as long as you 2 or more equipment are attached to him, and for 1 and a white you can attach all equipment you control to Balin. That is this gentleman's favorite Voltron commander. That is outstanding.
I love that.
It's a cool card.
Yeah.
I can see why you like it. My favorite's Lubu, just because haste and
Horsemanship.
unblockable is.
Horsemanship's such a ridiculous mechanic. Oh my
I
god.
like
What's also a
exploiting
ridiculous
all-
mechanic? Shadow.
Shadow's better balanced because you also can't block other creatures unless they have Shadow. So it's positive and negative. Horsemanship's just broken.
Yeah. Horsemanship was never intended for Commander.
Yeah. Horsemanship existed
Oh God.
so far. I don't have a whole lot to cast on the land that I helped everyone get, so I'm just putting down that and hoping I don't immediately die. But in exchange,
I don't like the Platinum Angel.
here, draw cards.
I mean, I'll take it. Like,
Here, draw cards.
I'll take it.
Evan
Yeah,
quietly shushing us.
I told you
Oh
guys,
wait, you just gave me that. Oh.
it is a group hug
Anybody-
deck.
Does anybody want more lands? Because I just pulled Attempt with Discovery.
Honestly,
I'll
though,
take it.
if it's gonna let me search something else. Oh, pro tip.
Actually, yeah.
Shadow with Voltron. According to the Lord here, you should never be untapped anyway. So it doesn't really matter because you don't need to block.
Yeah, but I like giving my Voltron Vigilance. That way I have a blocker.
That's fair. That's fair. The first time I used Shadow, I had a 60 card sliver deck, like way the heck back, like 2008. And
Oh yeah, one of the slivers does shadow, doesn't it?
I had read it and been like, whoa, that's busted. I can't wait to play it. And then I wound up getting my ass handed to me because I couldn't block anything.
Yep. I think the only thing that
That's
would go against that would be other aggro decks.
Yeah, that was like, and I played my Simic unblockable deck against you, and you kept leaving creatures up to block. You're like, I'm not gonna swing in with everything. And then it was like 2 or 3 games in playing against you.
You
were like,
what?
why? Jim, why?
Jim, you better not be running the combo.
What combo?
That's
There's
reassuring.
a lot of Protean Hulk combos, but it was like 3 games in against this deck, and I was just like, why am I blocking, or why am I leaving a blocker? So I can't block anyway.
Yeah, it was the first game where like I was like, you know what? I should just attack with everything. There's no, like, I'm not defending. I'm just wasting combat power at that point. So
And I whiffed this because I forgot to leave a black up. Dang it.
it's probably fine.
Well, because I was going to make him big and then sack him and then do things.
Hulk smash, I like it.
Wait, why would you make him big? His power doesn't matter.
Because for Jarad, you lose life equal to his power if I sack him.
Oh,
Mm.
you're a dick.
But he forgot to leave one black open, so he can't pop that ability.
Good.
Yeah, it's probably for the best for now, anyway. I like being alive. For now. Oh, that's the top of your library I'm looking at. I was like, why is there just this floating forest over here?
Yep.
Super annoying.
Put that over there.
Put it,
Yeah.
put it wherever. I
Every
mean,
time you draw a card or scry, it like moves the window back to wherever the game
Yeah.
thinks the default is, so I can't like tuck it out of the way.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think we learned that last time because someone's group hug deck had like everyone plays at the top of their library revealed. Or no, someone played with telepathy and it had like all of the hands
Yep.
open all the time.
I feel like that was Tom with the telepathy.
It might have been.
I don't run telepathy.
It's probably Mario. Mario loves that
Well,
card.
Marios has been in for a while.
It was,
I would have thought it was Marios, but he hasn't been in for a while.
it was a couple weeks
It
ago
was
at this point. It might have been
Only
him.
Mario.
It is his style. Leaning back and getting comfy in my chair. I realize I probably should have played my commander
Yeah, probably.
next time.
Yeah, that would have checked out.
I mean, it hits on your end step, so.
Yeah. I cast like a bunch of stuff. Like I didn't need to play Howling Mine, or I didn't need to have everyone draw a card off of the one land I have. I could have just played my commander instead. That sounds loud. Oh, they're still plowing the parking lot out there. Apologies if you guys can hear truck noises in the background.
Tom, you cheeky. That's the right move. I just don't like it.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, hold up. I'm sorry, Evan, but I can't let this happen.
Instant speed destroyed.
What?
If you destroy
I'm
my
sorry,
Platinum
Evan.
Angel, I'm gonna have to be
I
more
can't
annoying.
let it happen.
I'm gonna have to play the annoying shit in my hand then.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Pat, but I'm gonna have to personally target you down now for that. Like, if
What?
you were
'Cause
gonna
I'm
make
not
me,
gonna let you have a Platinum Angel? Get out of
Build
here.
it later.
Yeah, but see, Tom, with your deck,
One Platinum Angel I can deal with. 2 is a little much.
well, with Tom's deck, it wouldn't be 2 Platinum Angels. It would be like 20 Platinum Angels.
We're not dealing with that. I'm sorry, Evan.
Alright, I'll cast this.
I'm tempted to say no just out of spite, but I kind of
Yeah,
want
you
it.
would.
Everyone
I'll say
is
yes
pretty.
on principle, because I always will.
Everyone is pretty desperate for land right now. It's been a tight game.
It really has. I'm glad you
See,
understand.
I
that.
want a utility land right now, is what I want.
You can go
Yeah.
get one.
Same. I love that Temp lets you get any land.
That's true.
Mhm.
I'm like looking at my deck and I'm like, all right, I have all the lands and nothing interesting to do with it. This is exactly what it's designed for.
And it'll hopefully help you draw fun stuff,
Hopefully.
you know, as opposed to useless cards.
I mean, it's got some cool stuff in there. You've seen it. So guys, question from chat. Any new commanders that you've been eyeing up to build? Either something recent or something you're looking forward to building in the future? I've been a little oblivious to the new stuff that's coming out, if I can be completely honest, but especially Pat, I know, keeps way up on what's going on with it. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys are doing.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
good.
go ahead, Pat.
I've got, so I'm trying to limit myself for Kaldheim, because like I really only want to buy singles. So I have a list of like 3 or 4 that I'm looking at. But there's some cool ones in Kaldheim.
Yeah, I mean, in reference to me, I'm actually making a Shabraz deck right now. Shabraz the Sky Shark. It's been out for a little while, and I have a cycling deck that he's in. But I just love the idea of like whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Shabraz.
Yeah.
And so the whole deck is like whenever you draw a card, X happens. And I think that's super cool. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my cards here.
No, you're good.
For me, I don't really look at spoilers or anything, but if we're talking new commanders to me, then yes, I have tons.
Yeah, what's something you're looking at that you're thinking about building? I think was the question.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the ones that I was looking at. You can keep going, Jim.
Well, one that I was thinking about just tonight, although I don't know if I'm actually gonna end up building it because it sounds really nasty, is Thada Adele, paired with Mycosynth Lattice, because then I can just steal any card from your library and cast it.
Yeah. That makes sense. I've been interested in I can't remember his name. It's the god that's got Tybalt on the back.
Falky?
Yeah.
That's one of the
very
ones I was looking at as well.
That's one that I
Very
thought
cool.
was kind of an interesting looking one. I'm still kind of mulling over exactly what I do with it, but that's one that I've been kind of considering doing something with.
8.5 Tails is another commander that I have sitting in the back burner. Because I think Protection Tribal would be a fun deck. I just
Definitely.
haven't gotten it to feel right.
Alright, who are we waiting on here?
Sorry.
Tom, apparently?
It's all good.
Yeah, I was looking around the board at different things, seeing who has
Gotcha.
what out and so forth.
I've got land.
Me also have land.
Yes.
Put that on here.
But you got like stuff too, man. Yo, that's what's up. Yeah, so he pulled the Tybalt God with the like the showcase art, the cool like the Norse card framing and stuff. I'm extremely jealous.
So you see, those arts, I'm hit or miss on some of them. Some of them are really cool. Some of them are just ugly.
So I really like the card frame, but some of them can be like sometimes the alternate art just isn't as cool as the original. You know,
Like Vega the Watcher, love the regular art. Not a huge fan of the showcase art.
yeah, I'm looking at the showcase art for Tybalt right now. I am a huge fan of that card frame. Actually, I love it entirely. Yeah.
See, this is why I couldn't let you have Platinum Angel, man.
Well, the bigger problem is Tom also has Mirage Mirror, so he can Helm of the Host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
extra times
Uh,
once he gets Mirror Gallery out.
Cynic Clone Guy. Which one is that? Is that? I think that's from the Kaldheim.
Yeah, so while you're looking up whatever you're looking up, so I think I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I was looking at. So Valky was one of them. I love Tybalt, and I'm glad they actually gave him a decent card finally.
I'm so torn on that, but I'll talk about that later.
Uh,
I mean, the whole point of Tybalt is like Fibblethip. He's supposed to be kind of a meme card.
not really. Have you ever read his lore? His lore, he's supposed to be a badass, and then his cards are like
He's
shit.
like this half human, half devil who tortures people for fun, but I always enjoyed the fact that his cards were bad enough that it kinda had him play in the trope of like the bumbling villain who can't get anything right. So having them
But
turn
like,
around and
his
give him like
lore
a...
is definitely not that.
Oh, I know, but having them give him a competent card sort of yoinks that sort of little headcanon that you can get about it a little bit. Like, it's no big deal, but it just kind of undermines that a little bit.
I get what you're saying though, Pat. Like his lore makes him sound pretty darn cool, but you know, like to lend credence to Evan's idea, like Tybalt's character throughout the lore like frequently makes major mistakes that force him to flee effectively. You know, and he's constantly on the run.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not a big deal, but that's one of the things is like there have been some very competent villains throughout the franchise. Like Bolus was good if you follow the lore. If you're not a lore kind of guy, we're definitely getting off topic. But Bolus was definitely a very persistent and very kind of intimidating villain. The Phyrexians are a reoccurring problem. Like the idea that Tybalt's also out there, but he just can't get it right. Like, he's scary and you don't want to be in a room with him, but at the same time, he poses no legitimate threat. He just stumbles around like an idiot. Like, I always kind of enjoyed the idea
if
that...
you've got a good head on your shoulders, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like Garruk and Obnixilis are significantly scarier when it comes to villains in the multiverse. Though Garruk is kind of a tragic villain, tragic hero, I don't know how you want to put it.
Did they not...
He wasn't a villain until Liliana messed with his head.
Yeah, and I think...
Pat, question?
Yeah, what up?
Ooh, I'm looking that up right now.
Excuse me?
And I'm the problem.
Don't
Hang
worry
on.
about it. I don't do much with it right now.
We're Googling.
No, but I will.
Oh, wait, actually...
Oh,
They
yeah.
they dealt with Garruk's storyline on Eldraine. He was there to kill the twins.
So they mentioned one of the not so pretty showcase ones is Morite, I don't know, of the Frost, so the 2 green blue changeling boy.
Sure.
The normal art, this is one of the Kaldheim cards. The normal art actually pretty slick. The showcase art, I don't know. I don't
What's the
hate
name of the card?
it. Moritte of the Frost. I'm terrible at pronouncing fantasy made-up names, so bear with me. But yeah, I'm looking at it, and it's cool looking, but like, I think the original artwork's better a little bit.
I'm fine with both. I'm looking at them now. Yeah, I'm fine with both.
What I gotta say, I love the card frame. Like, I could take or leave some of the artwork. The card frame itself is really cool.
Yeah, very pretty.
I'm a huge fan of the frame.
If everybody's mad at me anyways, I might as well just...
What's happening now? Did Pat kill everybody? That's what it looks like, kind of.
No, I have not. I don't have haste, so...
Where's, what's it called? The red one. Insurrection when you need it.
I'm only actually mad that I have to recast my commander.
Yeah.
The rest I couldn't care too much about.
Is this like... Creatures are dead. I kind of spaced for a minute, but I didn't have any, so I guess that's fine. Oh, man. Okay, so I was looking at the showcase artwork on Google, and it looks pretty good, but like I'm on a computer monitor, the colors pop. Apparently in person, it's not as clear. It just kind of looks like dark and clouded, which would make a big difference, because the colors on like online, when you look at the digital version, are very vibrant, and they do really pop, and I do like that. But if in person, it's kind of like the contrast isn't there, it would definitely be worse. And I've seen a lot of that, especially the foils have been getting really cloudy lately.
Feels like they should have cold foiled it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Or,
For the viewer you're discussing this with,
Yeah, no, because like if the contrast is there, it's good. But I know there have been a lot of complaints about the print quality. You know what I mean? Like people saying like, especially the foils are cloudy. That's what I'm wondering is if like it could have been better if they just did a cleaner job with the print.
Well, the other thing is to try and make it easier to print in large batches. They've been spreading out the load between different facilities, but they're not using the same ink.
Yeah. And I've seen that because like I've had people complaining that recent sets just the card quality is not there, but I haven't had any major complaints about the cards that I've opened specifically. So it leads me to believe that it's definitely kind of a conditional thing.
No, but I can still cash it. We're good.
I got 4 cards in my hand, man. This is not looking like it's going to be a great turn.
It's a lot of the normal problems you get when scaling a business. Like,
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
No, that's a good move, Tom.
It's probably a good play.
Wait until end of turn though.
Yeah, but you can do it again later.
I could do it again on my turn. I could do
but
it.
Also, he gets a blocker.
He gets a blocker, and he gets to tap for 3 blue instead of 1 if he needs to try and counter or otherwise interact with something.
I have 2 untapped land 7. That's 6 mana.
That's true. You can counter twice or 3 times, or I don't know, maybe more depending on the card. Or you could Cyclonic Rift.
No, that's 8 mana.
Is it? I can never remember.
I'm trying to disincentivize Pat attacking me.
I mean, I can always fix that, but checks out. Alright, I did an awful lot this turn. We're gonna...
I was gonna say, if you want to attack me with something I can block with the Hulk, it'll die and I'll get some value.
But I'm not sure I want you to get that value right now, Jim.
It's probably fair. Let me see. Oh, I get to draw a card. The best part of the game.
Well, it's not my turn, and I may not be tapped out. Let me. Yield.
Drawing cards definitely is the best part of the game, but you may have been talking to Mario too much.
So, from Kaldheim.
Yeah, now that it's not your turn, do some Googling. Tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, so Valky was definitely one I was looking at. Vega the Watcher, I kind of want to do Fortell Tribal. What the hell is it waiting? Oh, I have to make a choice. I'll make a choice. So.
Yeah, I'm seeing Pat's board and getting scared, so I really don't have a particularly large amount of stuff in hand. Alright, now I've got more cards to look up. Hang on a second. We got Googling to do. It's so terrible at typing now.
What am I voting for? What's on the stack?
If you vote time, he gets an extra turn. If you vote money, he gets to steal one of your things.
Well, for each money, he gets to steal, I think, that many votes for money from each person who voted money.
So for each person who votes money, I take one of your things. For each person who votes time, I take an extra turn, as I understand it. All right, so I'm pulling up this card here, another Kaldheim one.
So you both voted for time. I'll vote money, I guess.
Maha Redguard Protector, 2 green, white for a 2/3.
I mean, I know exactly what he would take, so I'm voting time.
Legendary Human Warrior. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1. Yeah, no, that sounds like something a couple people in our group would definitely like.
Which one are you looking at?
Maja, Redguard Protector.
Okay.
It's a Legendary Human Warrior from Kaldheim coming up.
Gotcha.
Choose a thing and gain control of it. I don't know.
Vorniclex, definitely looking at.
Borrowing this for a minute.
But Vorniclex may be better than the 99 of some things.
Tom, I might just kill myself and give that back to you. I haven't decided yet.
How would you kill yourself?
I have a card in hand that will have me lose the game on resolution.
Well, Evan, first things first. Use Mirage Mirror to copy Nyx Bloom Ancient so you have way more mana.
I yielded through turn. Why are you
I'm realizing now that I don't have basic lands in my deck, but I knew that, so I'm just not paying attention. I should really pay attention more. We're gonna do this. Draw a card, yay!
Ooh.
Yay, my migration path.
I'm gonna pass a turn so that it can be my turn, so I can do some stuff. Yes, so that green-white card, other creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white human warrior creature token. I can think of a few people in our group who would probably very much enjoy that.
Yeah, one very much in particular.
Oh, man. I mean, you've kind of got some stuff like that going on right now, Pat. But I'm thinking Mario,
What,
so probably...
+1/+1?
just general +1/+1 and make a bunch of tokens.
I've got
I like
two
that.
+1/+1s online, but I don't actually have any. No, okay, I do have Hydras, I guess.
I'm actually considering building Cosima, God of the Voyage, with her flip card being the Almond Keel. I really love when they break the color pie with a card, and I feel like she's a blue lands matter deck, and that's just really exciting to me. So that's something that I may build.
That's a good card, but I'm actually going to not cast it right now. Watch this. Want to see a cool play, guys?
Wait, what?
He copied Miko Koro.
I'm trying to look for something interesting to cast so I can actually get value.
I think it would have been funny if you sacked Tom's thing, but then you wouldn't have been able to draw another card, so that checks out.
We're gonna do this. Can I do that? I can't do that. I'm so bad at planning my turns out. Ugh. What are we doing? I think I have one more extra turn after this one, so we're gonna have that, please. Give me 1 second, guys.
Yep. Man, the showcase art on Svella is not great. Not gonna lie.
There's things happening upon the internet Liam wanted to chat about. Yes, I'm playing
Good
with
things,
people.
bad things.
It's general. I don't really know what's happening, to be completely honest. Leanne's an admin on the Discord server, and she's got like crap going on, in my opinion on it. Let me see. So really quick, kind of pivoting back to something I definitely zoned out for. We have Yumi Moana and her boat when talking about Cosima. Or am I totally spacing on something there?
Yeah, no, I was talking about Cosima. It's blue lands matter deck, super cool. Finn, the Fang Bearer, another deck I'm thinking about, as well as Narfi, Betrayer King. All of those are fun, fun ideas. Finn is one I like in particular, as a really cool deck. But obviously Finn is pretty degenerate. It's like,
Oh, it's your turn again.
Creatures with Death Touch deal poison damage. It's kind of degen.
Oh, I love that one. He's mono green. Love that.
Oh yeah.
I think so you mentioned Narfi. That's another one I was looking at. Like my last two are Agar, the Freezing Flame for Giant Tribal, and Svella.
He's got me
Also,
wondering now.
Did you call it Vorniclex? Because it's Vorinclex. Just
What?
you earlier you called him Vorniclex.
Yo.
I
It's-
don't care.
It's
I'm dyslexic, leave me alone.
Vorinclex.
Hot
I'm
tip.
just letting you know so you know in the future.
I've got a hot tip here.
Also, yeah.
Narfi's showcase art is absolutely gorgeous. I love it.
Narfi?
Narfi?
Really? I'm not wild about his.
Really? What's the normal one
No,
look like?
I love it. I think it's excellent.
That is not very
No, it's
good of a
better.
picture.
Yeah.
It's freaking neat is what
Oh
it
wait.
is.
No, maybe Narfi's is the one I wanted both, because the normal art is darken, and the other one is
Also, Toski.
Oh, yeah, no,
Bearer of
Narfi's is
Secrets. Love that guy.
There's God, I love the showcase art a lot. Ooh, that'll be fun. I'm a huge fan of a lot of the showcase art stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so I like the showcase frames on a lot of them, but like, there's a lot of the arts that's like, I'm not gonna get it just because I don't like the art.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Like
The frame,
Svella's one, I'm not super wild about the art.
the frame is awesome. All of the showcase art definitely seems to follow the same style guide, which is nice.
Yeah.
But sometimes it really works for the card, sometimes it doesn't. I think Narfi's an example of one that really does work.
Yeah.
All right, so
Narfi, I almost want to buy both, because I do like his art, but I'm a big fan of Darken's art, so I do want the regular one. Oh man,
I
yeah,
think he wants to choose
so that's
right.
gonna be kind of funny.
So
Yeah.
from the chat, if we could get enough Snowlands, he wants to build Jorn, God of Winter. God, I don't know like any of these cards. Let me tell you.
That's a cool card.
I'm looking it up. See, I looked at all of these, and then I have completely spaced out on what they all do.
Oh, hey, Pat's got 3 Llanowar elves on top of his deck.
Yeah. Llanowar
Yeah.
Tribe. You mean 3 fucking Llanowar elves? Great card.
Man, I built Elf Ball. You know I was putting that in there. There's no way I wasn't putting that in
So
there.
Jorn is the
I
2
don't-
and a green 3/3 that says whenever he attacks, untap each snow permanent you control. Yes, that with Snowlands would be disgusting.
Wait, which one is that?
Jorn, God of Winter. He's the legendary snow creature god that flips into a blue-black artifact. Or, well, that's the other side of his modal something, whatever thing.
MDFC modal dual-faced card. Yeah.
Yes, that's the letters that I'm thinking of.
God,
Yeah, he seems like he could be really interesting, but you got to invest into a lot of the Snowlands and
color is
stuff. Green front face, blue-black back face.
Huh.
Could be interesting, right?
See, I really want to make a snow permanence deck, and I was thinking of doing it with Svella or the other one I was thinking of doing was Narfi.
Yeah,
I mean, snow permanents are a lot of fun, and I'm glad they're bringing back support to it.
definitely. To see it in standard, that means it's going to be in, what's the new format they made? It's like,
They made a new format again?
oh, no, they made it like it was a year or 2 ago now. I can't remember what it's called. It's like modern, but
Oh,
less.
Pioneer?
Pioneer, yes. That means snow permanents are in Pioneer now, which is really cool. I don't really play Pioneer, but the fact that they're bringing support forward for it kind of suggests it's going to be a reoccurring theme. It would be really weird for them to bring it back and then abandon it again. You know what I mean?
It would be something they would do, though.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't totally surprise me.
I keep drawing not the land I want, so I keep not playing a land on this.
Oh wait, oh that's not an instant, though.
All right, so I finally have cards on the battlefield. It only took me 3 extra turns or whatever that was to do it.
Kind of disgusting.
Yeah, but like it's also not.
I'm just glad you don't have Platinum Angel out.
Yeah, that's probably fair. That's probably fair. I gotta say, this is like the one time I really don't care about Smothering Tithe, because like it's a good card, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable on the whole mana front.
Kind of worried Jim could just, sneakily kill everyone if he gets a good draw here.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
He'd have to kill me first, because Pramicon makes it so he can only swing at me.
No. This deck doesn't deal combat
Jarad
damage.
isn't combat damage. So we could be in for a heckin' heck, that's for sure.
Well, I have the highest life, so I have the highest possibility of living.
Out of the tree. Sorry guys, I'm doing more of that Googling thing that we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Yo, that one actually looks really cool. Hang on a second. I'm putting it on screen. Sorry, guys. Pausing the game for a second. Asika, God of the Tree. One green for the front face, and the bridge, the 5 colors on the back. So it's a vigilance, tap to add a mana of any color. Other legendary creatures you control have vigilance and tap add a mana of any color. And then the backside is the bridge. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or planeswalker card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
Dude, I don't know if I'd even make a deck of it. I just want that showcase art because it's hot for my collection.
We're gonna pull up the showcase art because I don't know what it looks like.
I just want it for my collection. I'm not even gonna make a deck around it.
That's really nice. Come on, I can't have the showcase art open for both of these at the same time. Are you out of your mind? The bridge looks nice. Yeah, I'm on like the Gatherer, and if you click the other variations for one of them, it puts the other one back to normal. So that makes sense. Good job, Wizards. No, that's a really pretty card. Honestly, it's a cool effect, and like I'm very intrigued by it, but like, are we in danger? Jim's gonna crack the Hulk. Is that gonna kill us all?
No, because I didn't get the land I was looking for.
Whew. Thank God.
I need a land really tap for 2.
I have a really fun question because it's pretty obvious this is a clone deck. If I clone Pramicon and choose the opposite direction, that means nobody can attack.
Correct. There are enchantments out there with the same base effect as Pramicon where you choose a direction and it points people in that direction. If both of them show up, no one can attack until it's down to a 1v1, at which point the player is simultaneously the nearest player to your left and right, and then you can attack again.
So... I'm just curious, have we checked the ruling on that?
No, that's how it works.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking it up again now just to confirm.
That might fall under
just checked it.
Whatever applied first. Okay.
Pramicon.
No, I just looked it up.
Yeah, ruling number 1. If 2 Pramicons on the battlefield disagree on which direction 3 or more players must attack, players cannot attack at all.
Which would mean I'm the only one who could end the game then.
Yeah, because it would have to be effect damage.
I can win this game without damage at all.
Well, that's fair, but I could kill you all that way and take my time with it.
Yeah, it's probably fair.
I thought there was something weird that I looked up that technically you would attack the person across from you because they're both the closest to the left and to the right.
But they're not. The person across from you isn't the closest to your left. In my case, Jim is, and they're not the closest to the right. In this case, Pat is. Tom's the closest in neither direction.
I mean, I think it would be kind of cool for the person across because it fits both.
It would, or if they could like put out another effect, kind of like Pramicon, that points you at the player sitting opposite you. Although then you'd run into issues in 3 or 5 player games, and it would kind of fall apart from there.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it'd be neat though. I like ideas like that. I'm scared. Jim's taking a while to pick out his cards.
Indeed.
Well, I knew one of the ones I wanted. It was the other ones.
All right, so what do we have to deal with now? Untap 2 target lands. Sure. Sure. And yep, seems good.
See, I thought I was the threat, but then everybody has so much mana right now.
It can get very swingy in a different direction without a lot of notice.
I don't have anything on my board.
Well, I mean, you're about to untap with, what, 20 mana?
And you're going to be drawing 2 cards at the beginning of your upkeep in addition to your normal draw.
2, okay.
Yeah, so you'll get your draw, and then Dictative Crewfix and Howling Mine are going to give you 2 extra draws.
Get another Protean Hulk off.
You're disgusting, Jim.
So is that infinite, or is that just reoccurring and annoying?
That was just a reoccur.
Okay.
Protean Hulk definitely should have been the one to be banned. Changed my mind.
What did get banned?
Flash. Because Flash Hulk was disgusting.
That's fair. Protean Hulk's weird looking. I'm like looking closer at his art.
Oh, yeah.
Protean Hulk was banned for a while though, Pat. And then they unbanned it. They unbanned it, and a lot of people were really happy to see it unbanned. And then
I mean, I if we polled the people that were happy about it, I bet you more than half of them would be CEDH players.
I mean, it doesn't matter who it is, as long as, like, ultimately the Commander
I don't
Advisory
mind
Board. Commander
CEDH,
Advisory Board wants to. Never mind.
Sorry, go ahead.
What I was saying was the Commander Advisory Board wants to ban as few cards as possible. And there are more degenerate things that can be done with Flash than there are with Protean Hulk. At least I think that was the thought, at least.
Yeah, because the goal is to ban cards that are damaging a format, like basically dominating it in a way that either everybody runs it or in that everybody needs to build a counter for it into their deck. But they also don't want to just ban cards left and right, so they're shooting for the smallest profile of cards to be taken out of play. I don't know what all the interactions are for either of those cards, but Flash really kind of is open-ended, whereas Protean Hulk, I mean, it's not that it's not open-ended, but it's got kind of a narrower set of cards that it can be dangerous with, I think.
Well, that and the second thing to Protean Hulk is that there are, not effectively, but there are other cards with very similar abilities to Protean Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Flash, there's not a lot that's going to be similar.
I'm remembering around the time they banned, what was it, Paradox Engine?
Mm-hmm.
I was salty about that.
Because I remember because it got banned, and then like a month later we were playing with you, and it was in a deck, and you were kind of like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's not that busted." We were like, "All right, sure." And then it was like shredding the table, and we were like, "Hey, Pat, let's talk about that."
I paid $30 for that thing. I wanted to fucking play it.
That's fair.
That was my Brea deck.
That's fair. And honestly, the card's busted, but it'll be interesting to see if it ever comes back. Like, some of the cards will get banned and they'll get kind of like returned to the format, and then we'll see what happens. I'm not sure.
It was wild that they brought back Painter's Servant.
Yeah. That's one of those cards that kind of looks innocuous at first glance, and then you see some of the combos out there with it, and you're like, oh, okay.
Well, Painter's Servant has some really nasty combos, but the card itself isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Well, the card that it combos with, they got rid of, the Angel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Paradox Engine.
Except that's not the main combo that goes with it. It's Grindstone that goes with it.
Yeah, listen, Painter's Servant Grindstone's degenerate, but the other one prevents people from playing like a whole color, which basically means if somebody at your table is playing a monocolor deck, they get to sit and do nothing the entire time.
Paradox
that
Engine
ban was completely
broken on its
separate
own.
and definitely deserved.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paradox Engine's broken on its own. You don't need support for it.
Just whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, if you're in a rock-heavy deck.
Yeah, it can be a problem, kind of. Like, it's a problem on its own. It doesn't need any enablers.
I would argue it's like, okay, yeah, it's powerful, but it's for certain decks. So, but we still have Seedborn Muse. We still have
Seedborn Muse is on each player's turn, though. It's not like you can just wheel it out.
Yeah, and the other side of that is Paradox Engine can go in any deck. It'll be better in decks that are designed to use it, but it's colorless, so I can throw it
Which
anywhere.
Is specifically rocks or dorks.
Yeah, Seedborn Muse has to have green support. Like, it needs to be a commander that features green in order to be played, which kind of limits where it goes, and the fact that I can't just pop it every time I cast a spell limits how... Like, it's a great card, but I don't think it's Paradox Engine levels of good.
Alright, let's do some shit. Pat, I like your board.
Your board still scares me.
And the other problem is Paradox Engine in a Storm deck is even more dangerous.
I'm more okay with you copying it than stealing it.
Cool, I'm gonna take the whole thing.
Alright, that's hilarious.
I'll take your whole stock.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll take one of each, thanks.
One of everything.
Yo, hold up. I need one of those for reasons.
Clone
I'll take
Legion.
one for Rhystic Study.
That's fair. Ooh, should I counter Clone Legion then?
Do it.
No.
Should I get
Do
annoyed?
it. It would be funny.
Should I do the thing?
Yes.
I
Do
don't,
the thing.
I don't know. I don't feel like I should. I think it's funny. Tom can't swing at me yet anyway. I've got a turn to figure it out. It's probably fine. I should keep my counter spells for if someone tries to get rid of Pramicon, I think.
So now I gotta think from my library too. This is annoying.
It's okay. I'm going to move it somewhere so that the game can move it back later.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim has one too.
Well, I've got Oracle of Moldiah out.
Same thing, basically.
It'll be fine.
Is that a party, JSSE?
Looks like it.
On top of my library.
Did
Yes.
make it a group hug deck. Look at that.
Yeah.
Not calling you a liar. It's just we're seeing it. Like, we saw it a little bit last game, but there's proof.
I'm more confused that Tom hasn't used Thespian Stage to copy anything.
Yeah. That's a thing. There's not a lot of great targets though. Nobody has a land where I'm like, I need that.
Yeah. Wait, I've got a Reliquary Tower if that's your game.
I mean, you
But
have, a
one, so
land that let people draw lands. Or draw cards, I mean.
I sacrificed it because I was being a goofball with the Mirage Mirror that I borrowed.
Yeah, but Tom had Thespian Stage super early. And Tom, if you don't see, or if it's a land you don't like, you can always just change it.
Targeting what now?
I can't target it until it hits the battle.
Yeah, he chooses after it enters. And it can't be countered, which means good luck, everybody else.
Yeah, basically. So I'm gonna go after the best possible target.
You taking Pramicon and just pointing it the other way?
Nope.
Next Bloom.
I got something else for that, Evan. Don't worry about it.
Is it Nyx Bloom Ancient? That way you get another one?
Avacyn, so everything's indestructible?
It's Avacyn, yeah.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Avacyn's good. Nyx Bloom's funnier.
Alrighty.
Oh, man. All of these lands are paying off for everybody, finally. Also, I love how we ripped through 2 games in like 30 minutes, and then we've been in this one for how long now?
Like an hour.
Yeah.
I have a great idea. Let's write a replication of Nyx Bloom Ancient.
You're trying to crash the game so nobody wins? Dick.
Honestly, then,
No, but also,
if it crashes, it crashes. It's not his fault. Wizards should program a better gaming client.
Man, this is why I need Hive Mind out. That would be hysterical.
Oh
Right?
my god. I would take all of Nyx Bloom.
I would
Alright.
take Nyx Bloom.
Once that's out, Tom, tap 1 land. I want to see how much mana you get out of it.
729.
I have an X spell in my hand. Can I borrow those?
Yeah, right? Imagine Altered Ego now. I misplayed. Sorry, guys.
Oh my
Smooth
god.
brain over here.
At least Altered Ego doesn't give it the haste.
Oh my god.
That would be disgusting.
I mean, Tom's running red. He could give it haste.
I'm not
Or no,
running
you're
red.
running haste. Or you're running red, I mean. I looked at Tom's board and saw red, and I'm like, he's running red. Tripping me up.
And that was off 1 land. You still have 3 other untapped lands, right? 4
Yeah.
untapped lands. Seems reasonable.
Fuck Jim specifically. Here, have a beast.
Why are you
Holy
beast
heck,
within
man.
my commander? That's rude. Do you know how expensive that thing is to cast?
Yeah, for memes. It's like an ongoing trend in this play group that Jim has to recast his commander more than everybody else. So yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm following the rules, sir.
Bro.
Man, Tom, you gotta play your walls deck some more.
Yeah. Arcades gets shot down so fucking fast.
Yeah, I still feel bad about that.
Well,
I mean, for good reason.
I'm
Like,
not the
it's an
only
oppress-
offender, but I feel bad.
it's a
Dude.
really good ability and draw.
yeah, Arcades is dumb good.
Yeah.
Arcades do be dumb good.
Like, my $25 Arcades, courtesy of Commander's Quarters, is dummy good. Imagine when Tom put actual money into his.
That's fair.
I mean, you guys don't have to imagine it. You guys have played against it, so.
I have seen it. It's one of those things where the only time I've been able to consistently beat it is if I can like pin Arcades down, but that feels so mean to do, you know what I mean? Like it's a commander game and being able to be like, no, you're not allowed to have your commander just feels disrespectful a little bit.
For sure.
That seems like a reasonable quantity of mana. Hey,
Now you cast Rashmi?
there's a card somewhere, I think, that restores mana burn to the game. Should we go get that real quick?
There
Yes.
definitely is a card that restores mana burn.
Yeah, it was in Commander Legends.
Yep.
He's,
It's a great card.
Jund, I think. I love him. I want to make one, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
I think I have one in my living room. Been a few minutes since I flipped through the cards, but I'm pretty sure I opened it and read it, and that's why I remember it exists.
You know what's
Pocket
great for that?
Scorched Thrash.
Voltaic Key. No mana burn on me.
Your lock of Scorched Thrash.
Let me look up Voltaic Key because the phrasing is going to be important.
Voltaic Key cannot tap any artifact.
Including itself.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. So you'll just run out your turn timer, untapping it 1,400 times.
Correct.
Yeah.
Manifold Key, on the other hand, can only untap other artifacts. However, it can also make a creature unblockable.
You can also point an untapped target artifact effect at an untapped artifact. It doesn't have to be untapped to activate.
Yeah, but why would it do that?
If you need to spend 1,400 mana, it's a good way to get started.
Why are you putting it on
interesting.
Radha, out of curiosity?
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, no,
Interesting
funny.
enough, Bloom Tender can tap for each color among permanents I control, which means I can tap for red, Pat.
Neat.
Huh.
So, 2 Radhas sounds like a good fucking idea.
Yeah.
You can tap.
Considering- permanent
it's gonna
producing
get
mana.
plus 22, plus 22.
Not only can you
Hold on,
tap for
Tom.
red, but you're going to get 728 of it.
Yeah. I can't do that right now, but
We'll get there.
yeah, we'll get there. Alright, so
And
Big Boy
Evan,
Sad News, that's my
729,
turn.
only multiples of 3.
See, I like it though.
So, kill me, or effectively you guys lose?
I'm working on a plan, but not really seeing a good way to get there.
I mean, if I get the land I'm looking for, then on my turn I can win, but I need one of the lands I'm looking for.
Seems
I
reasonable.
think this is probably one of the most impressive boards I've ever had.
And the funny thing is, like, it's intimidating, but like, it's not
It's just that
substantial.
board.
Yeah, it's not substantially scarier than like other crap that's going around right now. Like, it could
This
threaten
is
to kill
not the
everyone.
win condition for the deck either.
It works though. Okay, button, neat. Thanks.
Hey, now Pat's got an X spell too.
What's Pat's X spell?
Don't worry about it.
I wasn't paying attention. Now I need to go find out what it is.
I'm with Pat on this. Don't worry about it.
It's not in the revealed zone.
It's not. Is it
No,
in
it was
the?
on top of his library.
Nobody's gonna tell me what it was?
I don't see what it
You've
was.
been
I
paying attention.
didn't notice.
Well, it's under your library.
I love that Jim was the only one that saw it, and he's
Why
being
don't
the
I just go
smartass
find
about
the
it.
stream and back it up like a minute?
Yeah, it was Demon Fire.
Do a bunch damage. Nice. Where the hell's that platinum angel?
You wish. Ooh, baby! I haven't played land. Why can't I play land? Did I not play land?
Thanks for
No, I did
arranging
play
all the
land.
I have a
libraries.
question. Is there any one non-token creature that's like a big problem to the battlefield?
Why?
Because I can shuffle it into their Ernest library.
Like right now?
No, on my turn.
Okay.
Funny for you, all of my creatures are tokens.
That's
Not
true.
all of them.
Yeah, my commander and Avacyn are not, I think.
Yeah, I'd say the Avacins are probably the most annoying individual creatures. Just on the merit that they make the entire board indestructible, which is kind of a smallish potential issue, I think.
Yeah, I do like the idea of shuffling Tom's commander into his library, though.
He can just replacement, or how does that work now? It's not a replacement effect, but it's
So the
I can
question
choose
is,
it, so-
it's still, the tuck effects don't get rid of commanders anymore. He just put it in his command zone.
if I go to get rid of somebody,
Just get rid
is
of Jim.
Evan gonna let it happen?
If you try and swing, you have to swing at Tom because of Pramicon.
Yeah. But
So-
if you're gonna kill somebody with a fireball, it should be Jim because he won the first game and I'm still mad.
That is the big thing. If you point
I
something
didn't.
fiery at me, I will counter it. But if you pointed
I
at
won the
somebody else,
first game.
like, no, you won the first one. You had Lubu. No, you didn't.
I know.
Pat
I
yoinked it
won.
from me at the last second. Never mind. I pay attention.
I stand by what I said though. You should still go.
Even if I had won the first game, you're not supposed to carry it over.
I'm not carrying anything over.
What is it?
Just
Threat
trying to share
assessment?
the win count here.
It says target
Threat
creature or
assessment.
player. You could just hit Pramicon instead.
He could just hit himself if it's target creature or player.
You could. Do we want to start killing ourselves? Just have that be the way the game ends. I still have
I
that
mean,
card in hand that'll end with me losing the game.
It's the funniest way to end the game.
I have a way to do that in this deck, but I don't currently have it right now.
I've been looking at it since my opening hand.
Nice.
I'm not sure if I can kill myself in this deck.
Well, we only need 3 people to be able to pull it off, so. Pat, flip a 3-sided coin.
This is a yeah, right. This is a fun question. You wake up as the king of commander. What is the first rules change you make?
You gotta decide, do you want it to be like tactful and smart, or do you just want to be like, Mana Burn's
Alright.
back, get over it?
I shouldn't have targeted
But
Evan with this, but Evan, let this go through and I can kill Jim.
Depends on what you're doing. How about this? If it's not going to kill me, I will let it go.
It won't kill you.
What's it doing? Hang on, let me do the thing so that I can see stuff.
18 damage to each of you.
18 to each?
Yep.
And there's no mysterious doubling effect that I'm going to need to deal with?
There is not.
I'll take 18, but if you try and pull some shit, I'm going to throw everything I have at you.
Well, I realized that the mana I was planning to save for something else doesn't kill Jim. So, and I kind of have to kill him.
Why do you have to kill
Oh.
me?
Jim, you're threatening win next turn.
You did say
No.
you
I
can
have to
swing
kill you.
non-combat.
Threatening win whenever I get this damn land.
I have to kill you, Jim.
Jim, you're gonna draw 3 cards.
Yeah, I've been drawing 3 cards several turns in a row, and I still haven't drawn it.
Okay, but you're about halfway
Is this
through your
the
library now.
And
fair.
sorry, Tom, but you gotta go too. You stole my whole board.
I copied it. I didn't steal it. That's different. We agreed.
You
Copying
took it and made it better. I'm scared.
Now that's a better argument. We did agree that copy is better than stealing.
I JG Wentworth your board. Get over it. Are you gonna kill me though? I'm curious.
You'll see. Alright, I need 22 damage to kill Jim. So we're gonna make it an even 25.
Oh boy.
This will probably be the last game of the night.
That's what it's looking like. It's already almost 11:45.
Yeah.
Elf ball.
Elf ball plus group hug. Yay!
I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, though. I was able to deal a decent amount of damage to the table. It's just my commander kept getting knocked off, so I couldn't deal more.
Yes, it's called threat assessment, Jim.
It's called Y'all Really Like to Hit on my commander. Pat was a way bigger threat almost all game.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Alright, I think I can actually kill you here? Maybe? Question mark?
What if I was to encourage you not to?
I mean, shit, I don't know what I have.
How would I don't even want to know.
I don't know. But if you've got long suspend timers and you need gas now, well, JG Wentworth.
I should have spent that minute elsewhere, but that's fine. Why, yes, I would like to make a green elf warrior. Alright, important question. Do you have Cyclonic Rift in hand?
I do not.
Okay. Are you considering countering my Llanowar tribe?
No, I'm looking at what might be a way to win, and I'm realizing that I think your board state's giant enough that I don't really have a way to not die to it.
But you do have a way to kill yourself.
I do.
Hey, Evan, do you want to just mouse over the card that would let you kill yourself?
I'm on it right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All I'd have to do is not do anything.
Well, you know I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah. How about this, Pat? It's too late for me to cast it. I was gonna say, I'll cast it and you'll see what it is.
Oh, is it the Pact of Negation?
No.
Okay.
It's Chance for Glory. It says, like, creatures I control gain indestructible, take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game.
Ah. I think you could probably kill me by then, though.
I definitely could based on what's in my hand right now.
Well, I guess I'll go for the kill and see what happens.
Without...
I had a fun night tonight, though. Really happy with how the Doran deck turned out.
It was a good time. Yeah, without something like the Dalkin Orrery that'll let me cast instant speed. So here's what I've got in my hand. I'll just go ahead and kind of detail it because you definitely have lethal on board. I did finally draw my Nyx Bloom Ancient. I have Labman, and I've got Finale of Revelation.
Gotcha.
So I was going to drop that, tap out, draw my entire deck, and win.
Gotcha.
But I definitely don't have a way to survive this. I'm actually not even going to dignify it with a response. I'm just going to eat it and see how much damage it does.
Sweet.
Oh boy.
Shouldn't be all that much, like, comparatively to what we've done before.
It's a good bit.
I like Tom's deck. He helped me win.
It was cool.
You're welcome. Anytime I can draw a bunch of cards and have 700 mana from one land, I'm having a good time.
That was nuts.
That was ridiculous.
Welcome to this deck. So, I've played this deck a couple of times, and you guys haven't got to see the win condition yet, so I'm going to tell you what it is, because it's really cool. So this is a clone deck, right?
Yep.
So I just run Biovisionary. If I have 4 copies of it, I win.
Yup.
So I
That
can
checks
cast
out.
Rite of Replication, I can use Blade of Selves, like whatever. Helm of the Host, I just make a couple copies of it, bam, I win. It's a blast.
Yeah.
That checks out in Simic.
Yeah, it's really cool. I just looked it up.
So
And I kind of wanted to get the Kessig Wolf run out, but
That was a lot of fun, guys. On that note, it's coming up on midnight. I still have to work in the morning, so I think that's going to be my last one. You guys are, of course, free to keep playing once I'm out, but I'm going to go shut things down and go normal time stuff, chill. You know how it is. So...
was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. But I look forward to playing next week. We have been talking about it a little bit. I'll shoot a message off in the chat on Discord to see if there's any interest in trying to switch things over to. Good night. people in chat going bye-bye. Now, I'll see if there's any interest in switching over to Fridays or doing Mondays and Fridays for Commander. No wrong answer there.
Fridays was specifically for Mario's sake, as he's more available on Fridays.
Yeah, I'm no more available on Monday than Friday or the other way around. It doesn't really matter to me. So if Fridays are a way to include him again, sweet. If we want to do both, or if we want to have it be like Mondays, I'll be over here. Fridays, you guys go do your own thing and I'll do my own thing. I don't really care. We'll figure it out. People in chat, yes. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good with either night as long as people are a little more proactive about actually calling out when we're doing things.
That's fair. That's fair. So, all right. Well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the computer and stuff and walk that way. So I will. I'll see you guys next time.
Later, y'all.
I'm gonna turn off the computer and stuff and walk this way.
Neat.